What's up, family? You already know we are back inside the maze with another dose of the critical breakdown. It's your girl, Ms. Mofilla, and listen, I got my brother here next to me. It's been a long overdue. I feel like I say that, but I really mean it. I feel like the last time we spoke, the first and last time we spoke, was back in the days on Big City, Sultry Sundays, man.
Sultry Sundays.
And we have both grown so much, and I'm glad to be able to sit down and talk to you again. The one and only Dreion. Say what's happening. I finally said it right.
Yes.
I finally said it right. It only took me a couple years. I've been calling this man Dreion forever, and he's like, it's Dreion.
I tell everybody, like, dream on. You know, Dreion.
Minus the M. I like what you did there. I like, ooh. Come on, it's the
Steven
bar.
Tyler, you know.
Listen, we're gonna talk about why you're tired a little bit later, but today we're here to talk about the single that you sent over, and I immediately fell in love with it. My goodness, called Love Eternal. We're about to get in our sweet bag. It's only right because it's around Valentine's Day, love season, all of that. Man, it's a critical breakdown. Let's get straight to it.
I just wanna hold your hand, gaze into your soul again and again. Just like when we first began our love story. Eternally, I just wanna hold your hand, gaze into your soul again and again. Just like when we first began our love story. Eternally, love was just a painful debt until the day that we first met.
You started off with your first verse, right?
Yeah.
I feel like your first verse immediately caught me. First couple bars said, oh, and I am gonna quote your lyrics like an asshole. Sorry, sorry, mom. But it just is what it is. It is what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Get into it.
So he said, remember my old broken heart. You're the piece that fit every part. Forever I'll remember that night with your hand in my hand. And even just that moment. Because they don't talk about people holding hands like that no more, Dreion. Like,
it's a form of intimacy.
And honestly, I don't really feel like you like me until that moment comes and you reach over and you grab my hand. Like, do you really like me? I feel like society nowadays is so sex driven, and it's like, what about that little intimate moment of just your hand in my hand? But we're gonna get into that because I wanna finish this verse. He said, we danced the whole night away. Then I turned to you to say, I just wanna leave tonight with your hand in my hand. Because how many of us ladies just wanna hear that sweet, but I'm gonna let Dreion talk about it, okay? The importance of, like we talked about, intimacy versus music nowadays really being sex driven. Can you talk about the importance of talking about just intimacy?
You know what's important about it, and as I said, me and my wife are going on 9 years of marriage. We've been together almost 12 years. Which is a blessing.
I gotta highlight that because it is a blessing, okay? Because if you could just tell them how old you are, Dreion.
I'm about to be 27 years old.
Come on, to be putting up those type of numbers at 27 is unheard of. I'm gonna just call it what it is. Especially today in this dating world, I'm a divorced, bitter person. But I'm trying to find that love again, that holding hand love, you know what I mean? So it gives me hope to know that the younger generation still believes in that good old sweet black love. Yeah, I said it. Black love, okay, but continue on.
Well, the lyric actually came from how me and my wife started. So we started, you know, I come out of the church, and so you know we didn't believe in sex before marriage or any type of intimacy before marriage in any type of physical way. Okay. So the way that we were actually able to connect was holding hands. That was the first thing we were actually able to do. So the lyric is kind of reminiscent of that moment, kind of going back. You know, you're looking at 9 years of marriage, 12 years together. You kind of got to go back to that moment and find that spark again.
Yeah, that why, so to speak. Right?
Yeah, that why.
Ooh.
You know, and that's really where the idea of that came from.
That makes it even more sweet because, baby, we don't hear about abstaining no more. We don't hear about it. So that makes that even more sweet, that being the only way that you guys could show your intimacy in that time frame, just by holding hands. So I know there was so much kinetic energy in those hand-holding moments. And then you go to the chorus. You said, I just want to hold your hand, gaze into your soul again and again. Just like when we first began our love story eternally. My God. I get speechless because as a girl growing up, we all dream about that type of love, right? We all dream about that romantic, just sweet. That's the only thing I can think of, Anita Baker, sweet love type energy, right?
Yeah.
Can you talk about, again, I spoke about how, industry right now pushes the sex more than the love and the intimacy, but your pure perspective on love. Talk about abstaining and what that journey was like. Knowing this is the person that you want to be with, but knowing you got to fight that flesh because you're still human at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
Can you talk about that journey?
It was a hard journey.
Yeah.
I mean, it was difficult because we were still young. We had no sexual experience, neither my wife or myself. So we really, it was just this thing that we didn't know about that we wanted to know, but we wanted to, put God first, and go into our marriage completely ready for that, knowing that was going to be the outcome eventually.
Dreion, I'm gonna get in your business just a little bit now, because I understand that in your 20s, you was in your teens when y'all met, right? Yeah. Hormones would be hormoning and they be doing the things. Yeah. I would like to hear real-time advice, right? Because we have some young people whose hormones might be going everywhere. Same exact predicament. Growing up in the church, they've been taught that they need to abstain, but sometimes it's hard to practice. Yeah. What were some of the things you used to actually practice that abstaining?
Always being around people.
Okay, no alone time.
That's one of the big things. It's like, or if you are going to be together in public places.
Okay.
Because it's just, temptation is temptation.
It's real.
And it don't matter if you're saved, if you're not, it don't matter what it is. We all are going to get that call from our flesh.
Come on.
And the best way to abstain is just to not feed it.
That's true. That's true.
Not feed it, not even put yourself in the predicament or the situation for that to even happen.
So being intentional about your movement.
Very intentional. I think that's the only way, because you play with fire, you're gonna get burned.
You gonna get burned, honey. And the fiery brims of hell. No, I'm joking. Hey, don't get me started. Anyway, let's move on to the second verse. Back to love, right? He said, love was just a painful debt until the day we first met. First of all, you trying to make me cry. I just had to leave that night with your hand in my hand. Remember everything I said. I'll make sure of those words you will never regret. So can you stay with me tonight with your hand in my hand? Because every time I get to that part, I get a little mushy because it just feels so good. It feels so pure. But talk about, love being that painful debt, right?
Yeah.
Love can leave you scorned, right? Until you do find that right one. Now, you happen to be blessed enough to find yours real early in the game, right? So tell me, what type of scorn did that love come and heal for you?
For me, I did a lot of my, whatever you want to call it, dating, or if you even want to call it that, in high school. You get your little heart broke.
Yeah, that'd be the end of the world heartbreaks too in high school.
But not even just in that. If you talk about love being a painful debt, you talk about death. You talk about losing someone. You talk about all these different things that can just happen in life.
Okay.
And something or someone, if we're not even just going with a romantic perspective, something comes along to fill that void or to give some type of remedy. And that's what that lyric is alluding to. Gotcha. Is that love, and people can relate to the fact that love can be a painful debt.
Absolutely.
Until you found something that made it valuable again, and this all is reminiscent of that eternal love theme. Is that that agape, unconditional love that is eternal. It's always there. Yeah. It's always there. We might turn away from it. We might miss it sometimes. We might not acknowledge it sometimes, but it's always there.
And whatever you got to call that love, right?
Whatever you got to call it.
Whatever you got to call it. Now, I want to skip down to the bridge right here because I feel like we got to talk about the importance of your spirituality and your physical relationship, right?
Yeah.
So he said, even in the pouring rain, your touch still comforts me. gives me everything I need. And even in those times when we can't make up our own minds, okay? God will always remind us of our love story eternally.
Yeah.
I think that speaks volumes to the amount of years that you and your wife have been together, and also the relationship that you have with God. You know, that's bridge all in itself, right? Talk about first the importance of knowing God in your marriage.
So that's the importance I believe of abstaining, is that you can really find that spiritual relationship with God in your relationship.
Okay.
You know, that really, when sex is not the at the forefront, you actually get to sit down and say, okay, well, what do you believe? What do you understand? What do you think? Like, you know, what do you, what feeds you spiritually? You get to ask those questions and have those deep conversations. So for me, that's one of the biggest things, is having God in your relationship.
Absolutely.
And then what's even more important is having that relationship with God too. It's like, you know, because when I allude to the lyric that speaks about, you know, when we can't make up our own minds, you know, you ain't always gonna be in love.
Come, say that one more time, Dreion.
You ain't always gonna be in love.
Okay.
And you know what, my aunt says it like this. She said, be with somebody that you at least like.
Come on.
So when y'all in love, you just go back to like.
Come on, because like is way stronger than love.
If you just like them, it's just too close to dislike. So when y'all ain't always in love, at least be with somebody that you can be with, that you like, that you can be around, because you are going to have those times where you're like, okay, I can't.
The warm fuzzies wear off after a while. They do.
Oh, yeah.
They do.
That honeymoon stage goes away.
Yes, yes. But honestly, I feel like the balance of having God there, because you're going to have to pray. You're going to have to get on your knees and pray sometimes for that marriage. But also, like you said, the intent of being abstinent during that process of getting to know each other. I need to know you as a person before I'm blinded by all that physicality, right? Because we all know that physicality can cloud your judgment. Now. It can cloud it.
And now there's something for God to remind us of.
Come on.
You know,
come on.
And that's I think the powerful thing about that lyric, is that, you know, we might be cloudy up here, but God remembers all of that.
Yeah.
You know, he remembers the spark.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what you're looking for. That's what you want to happen. When y'all both can't get it together, at least y'all have a relationship with God that can remind you.
Come on.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna get just a little bit more in your business now, Dreion, because we kept it real nice and holy. Come on. But I'm gonna just say, because you are now welcoming our second baby into the family. Congratulations.
Yes, we have brought our second child into the world.
Now that we've gotten married and put the ring on the finger and we no longer have to abstain, can we talk about that experience in transitioning? Because we hear a lot of people talk about their fear of abstaining because they want to know what they're going to get before they sign up for life, versus waiting until after you decided, I want to spend the rest of my life with this person. Was there kind of like a learning curve, so to speak, in that department? Not to get too deep, but just
certainly
to understand the human side of it, right?
Oh, certainly.
Yeah.
I mean, we were asking 1,010 questions to people that we trusted. You know? You can't trust everybody with the business.
Okay. Okay.
But you know, you have to ask 1,010 questions, because neither one of y'all know what y'all doing. And a lot of people laughed at us. You know, they thought it was cute. You know. But at the same time, there is a learning curve. There's a huge learning curve. You know, but it is an opportunity for you to get to know and understand each other on a deeper level. So it's not just, okay, take your clothes off, let's do it and go.
We just got this down, let's go.
It's like, you know, we actually get a chance to learn.
Which is another form of intimacy.
It's another form of intimacy, another form of communication. You get to actually spend that time, so it makes that time together even more special, because you're not being compared to someone else.
Come on.
You're not being, you know, looked at as, oh, you know, from my past hurts, my past traumas, and all these different things. You actually get an opportunity to learn each other's blank canvases. And feel that, you know, and be in that space and be in that time. And over time, it grows and you learn, and then it still is ever growing.
Yes, it is.
It's still ever growing.
But I think the beauty is, like you said, you guys both came to each other as blank canvases. So for you guys to be able to paint that picture together is beautiful.
Yes.
Make me want to go back about 20-something years. 30-something years and retake my joy back. I want my joy back. I'm gonna take it back, okay? But no, listen, Dreion, we could talk all day, because I just feel like you're such a bright spot and a bright light. Just your life, your story. But also, listen, let's not take away from the talent that you are. My God. I was just telling this man off camera, I need this man in the room with the Grammy folks because he belongs on stage with them. You understand me? Your stage presence, top notch.
Thank you.
Just another testament to the magic that comes out of Berkeley on a constant basis. My goodness. But what else do you have going on, Dreion? What can people look forward to from you?
Well, you know, this past year, I just got off tour with Earth, Wind & Fire.
You see what I'm talking about?
On tour, opening with Earth, Wind & Fire, performing, and I got to learn from the legends.
Come on.
You know? And this song, I mean, in particular, I wrote the song back in 2020. You know, so I got a chance to sit with the people that inspired, you know, the melodies that inspired the rhythm, you know, and it all comes from these great people that I got to sit with. And so my goal this year is to do some more touring, doing some more performances. I'm trying to get more into the Boston scene as well. Okay. Doing some more performances and kind of establishing myself some more here. Okay. I feel like when 2020 came, you know, we kind of had to take a hiatus.
I know
because everything.
That Rona took us all out, didn't it?
Yeah. So I'm coming back to Boston and the New England scene, getting out more, doing a lot more performances, coming out with more music. Okay. Maybe some surprise opportunities with some great people that I can't mention just yet.
I love a good surprise.
But there's some great things coming down the pipeline. And as I said, you know, I just had my second daughter.
Congratulations.
So I'm building and trying to grow my family.
Look, and tell him these glasses ain't because he's trying to be cool. He's tired, Joe. He's tired, boss.
I've been in and out of sleep. I don't know how much sleep I've
what
got.
Is sleep at this point?
I'm surprised I'm even awake right now and being coherent.
The joys of new parenthood, baby. I don't envy you at all. I do not.
But it's all a blessing, you know, and I'm just excited for all of the things that God has to come. And I don't even know what's to come. You know, there can be some incredible things around the pipeline that I don't even know are coming. So there's some great things on the books.
Listen, well, I'm a speaker. You're gonna be in that Grammy room soon.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
This year, and you know, I'm a speaker. I actually just had to talk to my manager this week because we're going to apply for me to become a member of the Grammy. Of the Grammys, you know, because it is time to finally do that. I have enough songs, enough music out to do that. So, we're moving and grooving.
That's what I like to hear.
We are getting to it, and I can't wait to see where things go.
Listen, I'm excited for you. I've been watching your journey for years now, and I love the growth. I love the product. Like, your name speaks for yourself, and the talent. Continue on walking in your purpose, Dreion, because you are a gift. Please understand that. Let the people know where they can find you, your music, all that, all of it.
Well, you can find me on all streaming platforms and social media platforms at Dreion Nation. DRE.
It's on the jacket. I didn't even peep the jacket.
ATION, custom made. Shout out to my guy Cam. 712 Jackets, Omaha, Nebraska.
Come on. Oh yeah, you're originally from Nebraska, right?
I'm originally from Omaha, Nebraska. And so my guy Cam, he has a brand called 712 that makes all my custom jackets and performance jackets. So shout out to him. But this is where you can find me, Dreion Nation, DREIONATION on all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of them.
And don't call him Dreion. Okay, call him Dreion.
Dreion, like Dream On.
Okay, minus the M. Ooh, it's the box. It's the box.
And then on all streaming platforms. This song is out.
Yes.
And you can go stream it. And plus, I have a whole bunch of other songs that I've been putting out since 2020. So please go back and look at some of my other releases as well.
If you want good music, okay? Good music. Listen to my words, okay? Good music. This man's catalog is what you need. You understand me? Good and feel good music on top of it. It feels good. But listen, I'm gonna go listen to it on the way home so I can get all warm and fuzzy for Valentine's Day, even though I ain't got no Valentine, but it's all right. Anyway, you can find me everywhere, Ms. Mofilla, on everything. Make sure you follow my website, MsMofilla.com, to keep track of everything I'm doing. And while you're at it, make sure you follow Inside the Maze on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And make sure you like, you follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell down at the bottom so you can keep track of everything we're doing here at Inside the Maze, man. It's the critical breakdown. Ms. Mofilla, Dreion. Oh, I'm so glad we finally got you back here, man.
Thank you, Mo.
I love y'all, family. Peace out.